In realms long forgotten, there are tales of the Forest Kingdom, a place of honour and chivalry, known to some as the Land of the Purple Dragon, but known to all as Cormyr.
Hi, I'm Tilda, and I'm playing Hiram, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, my name's Carl. I'm playing Catcher Donahue, human bard.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Badger, a forest gnome monk.
Hi, my name is Anton, and I play Balthazar, a Warforged Cloak of Azuth.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Slate, a changeling druid.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm playing Zombo, who is a halfling rogue/warlock.
And my name is Dan. I shall be the Dungeon Master on this adventure. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Cormyr Echoes of War. Hello to you. Hello to you. How is everyone doing?
All right.
Very good. Hi, DM Dan.
Wonderful, wonderful. There is a episode chock-a-block full of stuff that awaits you. So we're gonna have to go steaming in with full energy and vigor and all of the other words.
Yes.
And I hope you're all ready. Are you all ready?
But nothing's bad having tonight, is there?
Nothing's bad,
I'm
no.
a bit worried that you've really fluffed that up for the audience, but what you told us is it still scars us for what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, also I want to point out it's a Monday evening. The amount of energy I have after the first workday is not
Yeah,
exactly on.
Got a week's worth.
Yeah.
You've had all weekend to rest, so now you're like hyped.
No, it's the other way around. Wednesday is when I have the most energy.
Take your
That's
frustration
hump
out on
day.
some cultists.
Right,
Yeah.
let's rein it in.
Right, let us crack on with session 18, shall we?
Yes.
Shah, the Nightbringer, the Lady of Loss, a paradoxical embodiment of the void and diametrically opposed to her twin sister Selune, Shah's evil knows no bounds. Worship of the Dark Lady is illegal within the borders of Cormyr, due in part to the devastating War of Shadow against the Shadowvar, the Sharan zealots who commanded the Netherese Empire from their flying cities. In a deep vault under the now razed Temple of Shah in Walloon, we find the Warhounds at the eve of a desperate battle against the Shadow, having been lured in by some supposed war wizards led by Aidan Elworth. As the cries of manifestations of fear, anger, and despair ring through the vault, the Warhounds steel themselves against the unstoppable tide of darkness that looms over them. This is not a question of whether the Warhounds can win. This is a question of whether the Warhounds can survive.
Oh dear. Sounds positive. Floating underground ruin.
We find the Warhounds at the northern edge of the vault. The lights having gone out, Aidan's mocking tones hanging in the air. She will feed well, he says. Through the darkness, you can hear a number of wails and cries that split the darkness like a blunt knife. Cries of anger, wails of despair, and sobs of fear. As the sounds encroach in on you, Katya, you feel a warmth at your thigh, and the dagger in your sheath begins to glow brightly, warning you of an impending attack. As you all recognize what's about to happen, everybody.
Before we start, can I shout out, real funny. I'm not really interested in joining the War Wizards, and your silly initiation practices are definitely not for me. Can we just stop? I'll put. I'm gonna put on Moonbeam so we can see, because it's dark in here. I think this is being. I don't know if it's work. It doesn't seem to be working. What do you think? Obviously, the War Wizards are being dumb, and this is just childish.
I don't think it's a joke.
Everyone, roll me initiative.
Alright, am I gonna get a cleric roll?
13 for catcher.
Oh, I did not!
Not get cleric roll. 18
Yes.
is
20
too
for
high.
draw.
Oh wow!
Oh my
so
gosh.
many 20s.
Oh no. Oh
Wait,
no.
come on. Guys, no. This is my time to shine, not yours. I got an 18. I should be almost in front.
Oh.
I've been
sorry.
beaten by Drool, Badger, Zumbo, a Despairing Shadow, and a Fearful Shadow.
And a War Wizard.
Yeah,
So hang
sad.
on, let me to pull these out. Beg my pardon. Bam, and Fearful Shadow. There he is. Okay, so Badger, in the piercing, in the foreboding darkness, you can just about make out some shapes moving towards you as if it's in dim light. So at the top of turn, as you're magically alerted by Katya's dagger, what do you do?
Can I just ask, am I still halfway up a bookshelf?
You can be if you want. You were 30 feet up.
Yeah.
I think you dropped down, but you might not.
Did I may well have dropped down. That's fine. In which case I am gonna what am I gonna do? Probably gonna make a break for this dude down here. This little, I can see him, can't I? Because I've got dark vision. So dimly in the light, I make out some nasty creature, and I think.
So for you all respectively, if you can see tokens, then you should be able to see them, because I've set everyone to the correct vision types. Badger, crack on.
Yeah, so I'm going to make my way over to the Despairing Shadow down here via the bookshelf. I'm going to kind of leap up, shimmy around, and kind of leap as onto it as I can with a rain of punches.
Okay. So as you skitter up the bookshelves, climbing it like a ladder, and as you leap, you manage to, as you land, your foot lands on the statue of the hooded, bearded individual.
Yeah.
Use that as your last kind of momentum push off.
Perfect. That's exactly right. So we're going to start with a clock on the head with the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Come down. Right.
Nice.
Normal. 21.
21 to hit is a hit.
And we're going to... Shall I just do the damage now, or do it all in one go at the end?
Yeah, you can do the damage now.
Okay, that's 8 bludgeoning damage for that guy. Then we're going to do... Ooh, golly. Probably...
Okay.
Okay.
So as
that
you
is-
hit the misshapen creature,
Yeah.
so this is very similar to the tall, gaunt, kind of malformed looking thing that you and Garibral face off in the street.
Yeah.
As you clock it round the head, its head snaps round,
Yeah.
and it doesn't seem as fussed as you hoped it would be.
Okay, in which case we're going to use the fiery fists for the next 2 blows. Number 1 is a crit for 7 fire damage. Oh my.
Nice.
It's always such a disappointment, isn't it? When you get a 1. You
So
crit
as
die.
the room illuminates as you and you connect with the shadow, and it reels slightly.
Yep, and 15 to hit
Is a hit.
with my other fiery fist. is 9 fire damage.
Okay, yeah. So the shadow kind of rocks back from your 3 attacks as you connect. Is there anything else?
Yeah, Badger's gonna call out, "Help! There are monsters in the dark! War wizards, come back!"
Okay. Drool.
Drool sits back and goes daredevil on this shit, and takes a deep breath to heighten all his other senses using his keen senses.
Okay.
So he's going to try and make a perception check to try and figure out where stuff is. And as
Okay,
he
perception
is
check.
a dog, he gets advantage. 22.
Okay, so as Drool starts having a little snuff around, he hears that there is a creature coming round the corner, and that there's another one just to the south of him.
He's going to step round and step up to the despairing shadow.
Uh-huh. And this will be disadvantage.
That's what disadvantage.
Okay, so yeah, the creature again is this tall, gangly, malformed thing.
That's a natty one.
Okay, and as Drool goes to bite it, the creature's leg kind of disperses into shadow and then reforms into a corporeal form.
Okay.
Anything else, Drool?
That will be all from Drool.
Zumbo Wumbo.
Is that your full name?
Yeah, middle name Wombo, yeah.
Zumbo Wumbo Penny a Punch.
Okay, so with your enhanced dark vision, yeah, you can see that there are like badgers kind of shot off into the dark, and it's just beaten up a shadow creature. There are other creatures lumbering towards you, and kind of scattered around. You can see war wizards lurking in the darkness.
Yeah, okay. So it's obvious that all the war wizards have turned on us, not just the their ringleader.
It would appear so.
Okay, fine. Well, I can see, because I know Katya can't see in the dark, but I can see that Drool's lumbered off to protect her, so I'm not so worried about her. So I'm gonna sort of push past Hiram and Balthazar, get in front of Emily. So that would be 5, 10, 15, 20.
Mhm.
Okay, so 20 to there.
Okay, so as you push forward towards the creature that stomps towards you, it's got short, stumpy legs, this kind of bloated upper torso. Its arms are less arms and more almost kind of movable clubs, and the 2 heads scream, scream in anger at you.
So as I'm running towards it. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, so I'm pulling out my rapier, and the swarm of ghostly halfling pirates is going to start spinning around me again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll give this angry-sounding shadow a stab. 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
Yay! Okay.
Your ghost pirates,
Yep.
are they radiant, necrotic, or cold?
They're cold.
They are cold. Interesting. Okay. Yes. So as the ghost materializes and you thrust at the angry shadow, fall.
So
Wow, we were. Okay. So you deal.
So it's 22 piercing, 7 thunder, and 6 cold.
Okay. So the rapier kind of pierces into it, slides through like I don't know, like a mixture of jelly and lard. The kind of the sonic boom as you hit it seems to seems to affect the shadow more than the rest of the attack.
Cool. So I'll use my fancy footwork to just leap back a sec. out of its range. The pirates are dogpiling these two and reducing their speed by 10. And then my bonus action is going to be a tentacle, I think. Just here, if that's all right.
Just there. Okie dokie. Okay, so basically anything within 10 feet of you is slowed, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, the two-headed monstrosity and what looks like a child with an upsettingly long neck. They are being harassed by the ghostly. How are the ghost pirates harassing them? Out of curiosity.
Literally just like a rugby scrum piling on them.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. Okay, so anything else?
Just the tentacle appearing, bursting out of the ground there.
Okie dokie.
And it's going to make a grab for the nasty shadow thing in front of it.
Yep.
15 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, there's a splash of water as this tentacle surges out of the stonework, wraps around the childlike creature.
So another 8 cold damage to that one.
Minus 8, and I believe is it grabbed?
No, it's slowed by another 10 feet.
Slowed by another 10. Okay.
And that's me.
Can't do double slows, I'll just do that. Cool. Brilliant. So, next up, Zumbo, as you do this, you hear a muttering and a chanting in the distance, and like as you kind of lock down those two creatures, you see a small glimmer of light on the other side of the bookshelf, and you watch as this glimmer of light hurtles past you towards the party.
No.
Yep.
Oh no.
Accidentally dropping the token.
I can't see it, so I
Jeez.
Oh no.
As
Oh, it's a
and
dexterity
Zumbo,
saving throw.
you watch as this mote of light, like mote of fire, goes past you, and a fire, like you see it illuminate Balthazar as it goes towards him. Does anyone wish to do anything?
Do I have to see them to counterspell?
You have to be able to see to counterspell, yes.
If there's a fireball, sorry, would that not light up the room for even a
Not-
split second?
Not until the explosion.
Oh,
You
okay.
wouldn't have time for a reaction
Uh,
before that.
I'll do an absorb elements, please.
Okay. Right.
Nice.
Can we just hit that button in the chat to do our dex saves, please?
You can.
And I just
yes.
automatically fail because I'm a robot and a cleric.
Yes, if everyone clicks on the dexterity
Yeah,
save.
that was a tentacle.
Question about the dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Because of aura of protection, does it
You-
apply to just one
Oh
person?
no!
Aura of protection applies to everyone.
Excellent. So
Ooh.
everyone gets a +3 who's 10 feet from me.
Oh,
Where
thank
are
goodness
you?
for that.
Oh, sorry. So that would
is
be
everyone
Balthazar,
but Badger.
Emily, yeah.
Okay, dokie. So, going through the saves, Zumbo, you actually roll a 16,
Thank you, Hiram.
You're welcome.
which is a pass. Badger, you roll a 12, which is a fail,
Fail.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Balthazar, you roll a 9, which is a fail. Catcher,
know
you
why I
roll a
tried.
22, which is a pass. Draw, 16, pass. Slate, 17, pass. Hiram, 9, fail. Emily, 15, pass.
Oh.
Good.
So,
Zing.
right. So, who passed? So, Zumbo, Katya, Drool, Slate, Emily, you all passed, so you take half of 35 damage. 17. Balthazar, you cast Absorb Elements, so you take 17.
Oh, you already.
Oh!
Sweet. All right, you've already done it.
I forgot to... Garabrail failed.
Garab fail. Sorry.
Gara fail.
Ugh.
So, Garabrail, Badger.
Badger's got evasion. She's going to take half. So I've
She's going
taken
to take
17
half.
off. Yeah.
Okay. Balthazar and Hiram, you take full.
Yeah, I did. I love how you just managed to half my my hit points in one go. Like right in the from the get go.
Okay. Right, cool. Okay, so with that quickly out of the way, a fireball rips out.
Ow.
As the smoke clears and sort of like the light, like your vision suddenly goes from darkness to bright white to just kind of stars in your eyes. You hear as the shadow lumbers towards you, Zumbo, and swings at you once for 19.
Yep, hits.
He'll take the booming blade damage as well in a second, and then swings at you again for 27.
Okay, yep. I both hit.
Okay, you take 16 and 15 damage.
Oh,
what?
I am luckily resistant to cold.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Lucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, the creature kind of sets off its charge as it kind of screams towards you, and it just kind of hits you with the coldness of the dark. Balthazar.
Now, Dimnan, could I argue that some of the bookcases or papers have been burnt and therefore creating light?
It's a very good call.
I'm just
Mr.
putting it out there. Is that a possibility?
It is. So, okay, yeah, the bookshelves either side of you ignite with like as the pages catch. They won't burn forever, but you do have some light at the very least.
As they set fire, I'd like to go, oh no! Such valuable texts of Shar would be ruined. Oh no, how will we ever know the great stories of Shar?
Yeah. Dimdan, did Emily get hit by the fireball?
Emily
Survived?
passed, so she took damage.
17.
Okay. Balthazar is going to cast Aid on Katja, Hiram, and Emily.
Katja,
So,
Hiram, Emily. Yep.
Yeah, and that will be at 4th level, so they each get 15 temporary hit points.
Very
Okay.
good.
I'll let you all put your hit points on because otherwise it'll double up.
Forecast spell. That will be my turn. I'm just going to stay put for now. Oh, I can I can't bonus action with anything. Bonus action should 80.
Okay.
My turn.
Okay, so there's a grunt of pain from behind you as the fireball washes over you, and Katya, Slate, Balthazar, you notice that Garabrail is looking from side to side and assessing the situation. He then, in the flickering of the burning books, you see his brow furrow. This isn't it. There's going to be more coming.
What?
Sorry, what do you mean? Say that again.
Like more fire or?
And
Wanted books?
he looks to you and, this is her domain. You think this is it? And you watch as he draws his sword and he holds it up against the flat of his palm, and the runes on the sword illuminate as he begins to trace what appears to be like lines, magical kind of runes around him. And he says, there's no point fighting and dying here. And for those of you who were in Suzale once upon a time, you recognize Garabrel is beginning to cast teleport.
He's doing his portal thing.
Garabrael's
He-
chickening
he's
out.
He begins to cast the
helping
portal,
us.
but you see his brow furrow again, and the magic it casts slowly. What is this? And Balthazar, you notice that the runes that he's creating seem to be slowed, very much like when you cast light earlier.
Oh, no.
How about that?
And he looks to you and keep me safe. If I drop concentration, we're done for.
Oh no.
So Garabrael begins concentrating on his teleport spell.
Oh,
Nice.
The war wizard,
no.
there's an explosion. You hear her cackling. You hear cackling and laughing, and as Garabrael begins to cast, you hear, "Oh, little elf, going so soon." As another mote of fire comes flying in.
Are you serious right now?
Rude.
Oh, amazing.
This time
Can't
round,
see them.
there is the mote will pass through the light of the flames.
So,
Give it a
counts
go.
as well?
Give it a go.
But do you see the caster? That's the question.
That's the problem. I don't see the caster.
Wait, you're psionic.
I am psionic. Which is also the thing, like, I know I'm sort of digging my own grave here, but as I'm psionic, surely I'm working off people's minds, so I kind of have to see them or hear their thoughts.
You, with the psionics, you stop the fireball as it hurtles in. Okay.
Nice.
Well done. Good job.
And you hear the female voice, Badger, you recognize it as the war wizard you met in the streets with Garabrael, shout, "How is this possible? How did she get past the shadow weave?"
Ooh.
Catcher's turn to shine.
You then, Katya, as you smirk, there is a that rips through the room as the shadow fighting, the creature fighting Badger, just its jaw unhinges and this horrifying echoing sound rips from its gullet. I need everyone within 30 feet, which is all of you, to give me a DC 14 wisdom save, please.
Okay, we still have the +3 from him.
Yay!
Everyone but
So-
Drool, right? I think Drool.
Everyone
Yes.
within 10 of Hiram gets +3. Zumbo, you get advantage because you're a halfling.
Yeah, Zumbo owes Hiram a drink.
Oh boy.
Is Hiram just here by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Not like it makes a difference
That's
for me, but I just
17
wondered.
for Emily.
Okay, so Katya, you are engulfed in fear, as is Badger.
Uh-huh.
As this thing, like the scream, just gets into your mind, and you feel this tide of despair well up inside you as you start experiencing this kind of crushing inactivity, this stillness that makes everything sluggish. Badger, that also manifests as your arms feel sluggish and slow in proximity to this thing. The next war wizard, seeing what's happening, shouts out, "Stop throwing the fireballs, you fools!" He shouts, and then looking into the darkness, he a blade of shadow manifests in the war wizard's hand, and he sneaks in.
Oof.
Ooh.
The war wizard sneaks in, and then there's a as this Ameline, you see this two-headed creature come barreling out of the shadows towards you.
Oh, not this guy again.
this guy again, and he swings wildly at you once for 27,
That hits.
twice for 11.
That might not hit, actually. Let me check. It doesn't hit the second time round. Boom.
Okay. In which case, you get hit by one of the stump arms for 11 cold damage. As it.
Ow.
Emily, what do you do?
I think Emily would look to Hiram for a second for some guidance, but then see that creature, and she is gonna get closer to Gabriel and attack the Angry Shadow.
Okay. And shoot Gabriel.
I mean, I am not going to lie. I thought about it. But yeah, no, shooting time.
But I say, don't ruin that blossoming friendship between.
Yeah, 25 to hit.
Nice.
That is a hit.
Excellent. That's 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
Nice.
The bolt impacts into its gut, and it just kind of flails on.
Okay, and as a bonus action, she's going to use Helpful. I'm going to put it into the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So when Emily uses her Helpful feature to aid an ally in attacking a creature, the target can be up to 30 feet away from Emily, and Emily can deal an extra 2d6 damage to it the next time she hits it with an attack roll. Yeah.
Cool. Brilliant. Okay, so the Angry Shadow is marked by Emily, yes?
Exactly.
Okay. Speaking of helping men, Hiram, what do you do?
So question.
Yes.
Do you guys think that Hiram would have clocked that something is wrong with magic casting?
Garabral shouted it out.
I think Balthazar was also waving his sticker and going, "It's slow. It's not working all right."
Okay,
Would
so
it have been like obvious from Balthazar, or would it be just kind of like not understanding it and not really saying it though?
Maybe.
Ameline, earlier on, you saw Balthazar go to light his torch, his staff, as he always does, but it was almost like the batteries were running low because it was like.
okay, so I'm
Took
not gonna
almost
try
18
to.
seconds to ignite.
So I'm not gonna try a bonus action spell because I feel like it's not gonna work. However, I am gonna go next to Balthazar to form a better barrier around Gabriel, and I might as well attack the Angry Shadow since it's right there.
Okay,
We're taking.
sounds good.
So first attack, 27.
Swing! Okay, so Argentus rings out and strikes true on the first attack.
Okay, I am gonna try to smite to see if anything happens. Damage first. That's 12 damage plus 3 radiant damage.
Well, the good news is that as you swing Argentus, it the divinity ignites straight away.
Good. I'm gonna assume that he was a bit like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Second attack is going to be 16.
That is a hit.
Excellent. So that's damage again. And I think this time I'm gonna go for a second level smite. See if that helps.
Just work your way up your spell
Push the
slots
bows
now.
out.
Exactly.
Now that I've built it. Right, so yeah, Argentus swings out again, putting another gouge in the shadow creature.
Okay, and that's me.
Okay. Catcher.
So, the overwhelming fear creeping in, she grips the Moon Touch sword and pulls it from its scabbard,
Okay.
raising it into the air. So, depending, it should cast 15 feet bright and 15 feet dim.
Are you sure about that?
That's why I said should.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Okay.
Power
so,
of LED.
Oh, that works so well with what I have planned then.
as Katya draws the sword, blessed by Salune, Salune's moonlight, and it illuminates the room.
Wait.
And she screams, oh, well, what did I have in mind? Sorry, she screams, Salune is with us, and she screams a counter charm, removing the fear effect from her and Badger.
Ooh.
Okay.
And as part of this hype mode, she's going to cast Mass Healing Words using the imagery of Selune to push it into people's minds, and I'm casting it. Oh, come on, Roll20. Foundry. But everyone that I can see who's been damaged. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick who. Everyone bar Balthazar, because you seem to be the better of the health there, Balthazar. So Slate, Hiram, Emily, Drool, Zumbo, and Badger who gain 10 hit
Yes.
points.
Boom.
Boom.
This is the thanks I get.
You're doing fine.
Okay, end of your turn, Katya. If
Very
you could
much
give
so.
me a DC 14 Wisdom save, please.
I forgot to do it with advantage. Sorry.
Oh,
And I obviously get +2.
you
don't
also
I?
get +3. So, boom. Okay, through Hiram's divine presence and the counter charm, you overcome your fear.
Sweet.
Cool. Anything else, Katya?
That is everything.
Slate, there is a beastie in front of you.
I'll say to it firstly, shh, shh, quieter. And then, because Slate is not the most intelligent, Ameline will go, "Oh, wise and mysterious moon maiden, may your radiance light the way and set a light to all those shrouded in their darkness," and cast, of course, Moonbeam.
Yay.
Yay.
You raise your hands, and above you, you see the beginnings of a moonbeam forming.
Come on!
If you manage to concentrate on it for 3 turns, it will cast.
Oh gosh.
Come on!
Anything else, Slate, as you realise, oh, this moonbeam is delayed.
Moonbeams aren't working here. I don't. It's not doing its thing. Can anyone get in touch with Selune? I was just in your building, and I was helping a lot. I think I've done enough to warrant
I'm
a
sorry,
strong
Slate.
moonbeam.
I'm sorry, Slate. I might be sucking up all the Selune here with the sword. I'm sorry.
Now wondering how
everything else-
Gabriel is dealing with all of this around him.
Right?
Yes.
Just like
This is really hard to concentrate.
It's like trying to drive with kids in the car.
so help me, I will turn this teleportation around and just
And you will all die in this temple today.
Anything else?
Yeah. Well, I guess like if there's any kind of a thing, I can kind of come towards it. Can I just check if there's a
Yeah.
thing I can do that's gonna make it more interesting?
You only have a bonus action.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to use my bonus action to turn into anything because otherwise I'd lose my concentration.
You can still change into an animal form and keep concentration.
What? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well then obviously I'm gonna fly up into giant owl. If I can't get the light of Selune down here, I'm bringing Selune this way. Boom.
So you're turning into an owl, yes?
Mhm.
Okie dokie.
Sorry for shouting.
Right, so Slate states, no, not Slate states. Wild Shape, you are becoming a wall,
Giant wall.
giant wall.
It's not giant oil.
Okay, and as you panic, as the moonbeam doesn't arrive, you. Oh,
Wow.
Big owl.
That is a big owl, to be fair.
that's a very big owl. Oh my.
Is that what
Okay.
a giant owl looks like?
Can I
You
move that
turn
way?
into a giant owl.
That's where I'd fly off to if I could. Which I can. I've got movement.
Okay,
Right.
how high up?
High enough that I'm not in the way of anyone. and high enough that I can do a good old swoopy swoop if I want to.
Okay, let's say 20 feet. 20 feet, you'll be all right.
Sweet.
Holy
Is
moly!
there anything
Okay.
cooler up there? Is there anything that's available above that's cool?
There are. Well, tell you what. Next turn, I'll let you have a look. Cool. From the darkness, Aiden shouts out, "Do what you want with them, but bring me that Warforged!" He shouts.
Ooh.
Hell no.
And
Me?
Boy.
you know what? He's going to disengage, and he's going to.
Dan, just if it affects your decision making, I shouldn't have been able to cast that tentacle last turn. I was going to tell you on my turn, but if it matters now.
In which case he won't disengage.
Yeah.
He will stand his ground and a number of dark missiles fly out of the shadow. That didn't roll correctly. I'm going to do that properly. So it's 3d6, 5d4 plus 5. 5d4 plus 5. Hiram, you take 15 force damage as the magic missiles from Aiden strike into you.
No thanks. I'm good.
No, please, no! And the fearful shadow will stagger in, see you, Zombo, and... Oh, are you scared? You're not scared. Okay, never mind. It's just gonna... This long-necked child just swings its head round and... 11 and 16 to hit.
16's my AC.
As it bites you for 16 cold.
Okay. Ouch.
And the final War Wizard looks around and click this, and then we'll ignore that, and then we'll roll 5d4 plus 5. As Drool takes 20 force damage.
Rude.
As the wizard fires magic missiles into him. And then this despairing shadow, as the missiles fly around it and impact into Drool, it like kicks out with one leg, kicks out with the second. 26 and 12 to hit.
26 hits, the 12 does not.
Drool takes a further 18 damage.
Ouch.
Ow.
Drool is down to 3 HP.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And at the top of round, you can see Garabrail. The portal is beginning to grow, but Badger, Zumbo, anyone with dark vision in the distance, like in the darkness, you start to see it shimmer and move as the darkness summons shadows to join the fight.
Oh, no. Come on.
The first shadow swoops in and glides up to Zumbo and reaches out for you. That's a crit.
Ooh. Oh no, Dan. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Jesus.
I know.
This
what
is how we do it! Right, Zumbo takes 10 necrotic damage
Oh
Ooh.
no.
and
Don't.
your strength score is
Oh.
reduced by 2.
Boo.
Okay.
Ooh.
So it's now 6.
If your strength drops to 0, you die.
What, forever die?
Forever and ever. Forever, ever, ever.
You die. Badger, what do you do?
So
Right.
basically, Ameline, Catcher, and Zumbo need to stay away from these things.
Right. Badger currently being frightened, kind of. her eyes close and she takes one very deep breath while doing some kind of monk symbols with her hands, and she is no longer frightened.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That is her action. And I think I'm gonna, for my bonus action, I think I'm gonna spend a key point to do a cheeky water whip and just try and take this thing out like by the legs so it falls prone.
The shadow.
The one right. No, the one right in
Sorry,
front of me.
sorry. The Despairer.
The Despairer. Yeah.
Okay.
I
roll
need a dexterity saving throw from him, please.
Bam.
He fails, so he's going to take 7 bludgeoning, and I whip him out. I whip him onto his arse by the ankles.
Okay. As the thing goes teetering over on its long, gangly legs.
And now,
anything else, Badger?
Yeah, now he is on his arse. I feel like Zumbo might need some help over there.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make my way over, but not touch the shadow if I can help it. So I'm done.
Okie dokie.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
Sorry, I moved. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Great.
Oh, for God's sake.
I don't think that's a hit.
The shadow reaches out for you.
Yeah, it's not a hit.
Okay, but you manage to duck out the way of its grasping hand at the last moment. And for those of you who can see, there is what appears to be this kind of humanoid shape. Imagine a humanoid shape underwater, just kind of two of them floating around Badger and Zumbo. Draw!
No, Draw. Sorry.
Draw needs to get out of there, but he needs to get this guy away from him first. So we're just going to try and fight him for 25.
That is a hit.
He will take 11 damage. Can he do a strength saving throw for me? He fails. He is not.
Ba-dum.
And then, as he's falling to the floor, Drew rears back his head, activates the Stag's Dead collar, deals him an extra 7 damage, and blasts him back. I think 5 feet.
Nice.
5 feet. Boom.
Nice.
Okay. So as Draw you grab it around the knee, and Draw bites hard enough that the creature's leg goes straight, and it tips forward, and then Draw knocks it back.
Draw's going to retreat behind the giant owl.
Okay.
Because owl is big and scary, scarier than Draw.
Okay, Zumbo.
Yeah. Zumbo's going to kind of stagger back a bit, clutching his chest as where the shadow touched him. Gone very pale. He's going to shout over his shoulder, "Whatever you're going to do, you pointy-eared prat, get on with it."
I'm trying, says Gareth Prail.
In the politest possible way, try harder.
All right, Warhounds, you heard him. Hold him off. And they'll stab at this shadow thing again. This angry shadow.
Yeah.
Or do I?
I mean,
Get rid of the strength.
Yeah.
get rid of the strength drain.
Yeah, I'll stab the scary one that stabbed me.
Which scary one?
Yeah, well, I'm only within range for one of them.
I mean,
Okay.
just throwing it out there, but do you and Badger might maybe want to come a bit closer to Hiram so the saving throws also would help you?
Yeah.
I will be in any minute. Yeah, so 24 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, lovely. So 9 piercing. Oh, 1 thunder.
Okay.
Okay.
So you stab at it.
Oh, sorry. This is the scary shadow.
Oh, sorry. Beg my pardon. So that.
So that thing can die in a fire. And then I'll use my fancy footwork to jump the hell out of the way.
Yeah. As you jump out of reach of the shadow,
It'll be there, wouldn't it?
the angry beastie takes a swing at you as you leave.
Oh, there's no
Only against the creature you attack.
What?
Oh, is that how it works? Okay, fair enough.
19 to hit.
Yeah.
You take 13 cold damage.
That's
Oh,
because that's
no.
6. Yeah.
Oh, but it's the cold damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting good mileage out of the cold resistance, but can't take much more of that. Okay. Bonus. That's 10 feet of movement. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the hell out of there. Sorry, Badger.
No. Do what you need to do, mate.
So yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I guess. I'm going to protect Garabelle here.
Yeah.
Don't mind these things so much. And then bonus action, I will have a tentacle this turn. And I'm going to put one here to help Badger out a little bit.
Boing. Okay.
Hey.
And sploosh! Tentacle comes out the stonework.
Yeah, so it will hit. It's going to hit this one next to Badger.
Okay.
Oh, I owe you concentration saves for Spirit Shroud as well.
Gotcha.
Like loads of them, but 23 to hit.
That's a hit. Very much a hit.
Okay, so 4 cold damage on that one. And it's slowed by 10 feet.
Okay.
And then I think I owe you like 3 concentration saves. I've just forgotten to make.
That's right. Let me. Okay. First one. Oh. Second one. Oh.
2 10s.
And
One.
Oh, no.
even with Hiram's +3.
6. Fail.
Okay, so the shroud drops.
Okay,
Oh,
so I
such
won't,
a
yeah, I
shame.
won't have my damage then. Fair enough. That's me.
Okay. In the darkness, you hear Zumbo, Hiram. I think it's just you two. So you see one of the other war wizards, one of the male war wizards, hold his hand out, and a blade of jet black forms from his hand.
No.
Is it like the Halo sword?
Very much so. Yes.
God, these guys.
He disappears and hides. Balthazar.
Okay. Balti Boy will raise his staff and go, Selune, I don't know if you're my god, but could you use a little help here? And I will cast Mass Healing Word at 5th level. Let's go!
Nice.
And I will cast it. Yes?
You go to cast, and
Is it delayed?
nothing seems to happen.
Oh, come on.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, whatever. Anyways, I cast it on Hiram, Emily, Katya, Badger, Zumbo, and Drool.
Okay.
Like everyone except me and Garabelle. And then I go and turn Aegis on.
You're turning the Aegis on, yeah?
Balthazar will raise his hands, and I guess there's a light that emits from his shell, from the thing. And I guess the armor slightly detaches as he starts glowing with his hands upraised. Dope. You guys get plus AC. Gain a bonus to the AC. Equal to proficiency bonus. What is my proficiency bonus? +3.
Proficiency is +4 at this point.
Cool, you get +4 AC and +4 to dex saves.
That's really good.
That is good.
There you go. That's my turn.
There we go. Okay. So a shield emanates from around Balthazar. So whilst you're within the shield, you are protected by his Aegis.
Move forward, is that a thing? If I move 2 forward, can I get close to Badger?
Yeah, if you
No, don't.
plot.
No, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, no, but then everyone will get out of it. No, it's fine. I'm staying here. That's my turn.
Okay. So as Balthazar creates the dome around him from the shadows.
Dan, stop it. Stop it.
What?
Badger, another hand reaches for you.
I duck out of the way. No.
Rolls an 8.
Boom.
Gara Braille clenches his teeth and almost, he says.
Tell you
as,
what, if I just stay where I am and just bring everything to me, then
Just
nothing's
dodge.
attacking Gara Braille.
Yeah.
You hear one of the wizards shout, "The elf! He's trying to teleport them out!" She shouts.
No, he's not.
What?
Sorry.
No.
I think you got that
and
wrong.
You
I
hear-
am.
You hear
Oh,
as another shadow blade
Are you
ignites.
fucking kidding
Stop
me?
it.
What are they doing with their shadow blades?
Just getting
Are they
ready
just-
to like charge
Are they
in.
just like
They're gonna
being
do
cool?
They're gonna
being
do a
cool and
Morris
edgy?
dance.
Yeah, they're just being cool and edgy. That's what they're doing.
So that was so the despairing shadow that was on the floor pulls itself up, looks at you, Badger,
Come
sees
and get
you
me, bad boy.
mobbed, and
Raya.
No.
steps into the force field and takes one swing at you, Hiram, for 27.
Crap,
hit.
yeah, that hits.
9 cold damage,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then takes a swing at you, Balthazar,
Holy.
No, miss.
for 20 to hit.
My AC's 25.
Wait,
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Wait, it's inside the Aegis, so
Oh, it doesn't count?
yeah, from attacks originating outside the sphere.
But is that a thing?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So,
It's still missing.
but your AC is still 21, so there you're fine. Okay, and the creature, boom, kind of bangs against your armor.
No.
That reaction as well.
The war wizard steps out, and you're 20 feet up, aren't you?
Me? No, I'm
Like
fine.
he's-
No,
like
I'm
he's
I'm
advertising
way
his attacks.
just like measuring.
There's a hand that comes up, and I'm gonna
Are
roll
you
it
serious?
properly.
Hmm.
17 force damage.
Bugger. Sorry.
As 5 bolts of darkness strike you. Oh, and you're
Am
not
I in
well.
the Aegis?
You're
Is it
not.
10
no,
feet?
it's 10
Bugger.
feet.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, you're out. And the angry shadow that was accompanying the war wizard takes one swing at you, Zumbo.
Misses.
It's in the thing as well, so you're not going to get the bonus to your armor, and it misses again. Okay.
Whew.
As
Uh,
Dan, as 5 con saves for L.
Wait, what?
oh yeah, no, so we'll count it as 1 because I'm kind like that. El, if I could take a concentration save because you're currently trying to cast your moonbeam.
Okay. Concentration save. Normal. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Okay, and as the bolts hit your hourly body,
Sake.
the moonbeam peters out of existence.
I'll do like a long, like, owl cry, like, ah! I don't know what owls do, but that's as close as I'm going to get to an owl cry.
Right, Emily.
Emily's going to attack this creature. She has marks because she deals extra damage if she hits.
Mm-hmm.
And might as well. 25.
Emily's a boss.
So that's 9 damage plus 2d6, right?
Yeah.
Plus 7, so that's 16 damage in total.
Emily's doing the best of any of us.
Okay, and
Emily
another
has
bolt.
found her courage.
So the bolt, this one pierces into the eye of one of the heads, and the head and lolls, like flops and starts swinging around limply as the creature kind of wails on Zumbo.
And I think she's also going to look up Gabriel and say, "Don't worry, little man. I will protect you."
Not helping. Less talking, more shooting. Anything else, Emily?
No.
Okay, Hiram.
Yeah, Hiram is going to... Yeah, I think you guys got the Angry Shadow. I think Hiram is going to go for the Despairing Shadow instead.
Mm-hmm.
So...
We've
First attack.
got angry shadows, despairing shadows, fearful shadows, and shadows.
So that's 20 for the first one,
That is very much a hit.
for 16 damage. And I would like to do a Divine Smite 3rd level.
Okay.
So that's 4d8 damage I'm going to do manually, plus 21 radiant damage.
Okay. So, Hiram, as you turn, this long, gangly thing lumbers towards you, and as it and like unhinges its jaw to try and kind of clamp down on your head, you take it across the chest, and it slices in half and turns into black dust.
Excellent.
Wow.
Right, so that was my first attack. I can do that. I can do that one more time, guys. And then we
I was
need
about
to
to
go.
say I can do this all day, but that is really
Oh.
not true. That's
At which point I'm going to go to the Angry Shadow, swing at it, and 15.
that is a hit.
Oh, thank God. 9 damage plus another, a second level smite, which is going to be 15. So that's 24 damage in total.
Okay, so
Zing.
Hiram, as you bring your sword up and cleave through the despairing shadow, you take the momentum, pivot on the spot, and bring it down between the two heads. And as you slice the creature into it, turns into black smoke.
Excellent.
Nice, Hiram. Good effort.
Well done.
Yeah, hopefully we can get out of here before that stops working. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Go-
Katya.
Going on that sort of, I could do this all day, Dan. Let's face it, every time Captain America has said that, he's usually been like worn out, so he's definitely out of spell slots.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, you just can't hear the DM go, no, you can't. Not until tomorrow.
No, I think I'm just going to have to stay on the support here, and because unfortunately Balthazar can't get the healing off quick enough. Sorry, Balthazar. I wanted to do something cool, but I'm just going to keep the party alive. So for fourth level, mass healing word.
Keep Carabrail safe as well. Keep his
Exactly.
concentration going.
I'm
Most
going to throw
important thing.
9 hit points to basically anyone allied who needs them. I think.
Zumbo needs it so much.
Yeah, Zumbo, because I can get 6 people. Zumbo, Hiram, definitely Drool. How's Emily doing?
Fine.
Balthazar, and Slate.
Just as an argument, I've got 2 right now. The only thing that'll happen if I pass is that'll turn back into Slate. The only
And
thing I
top
should be
20.
careful of is falling to the floor and dying, but that's a
Well,
different...
have 9 hit points anyway. So
Thanks.
basically, everyone bar Emily.
No, it's going to
Wait.
take a few runs, right?
Was I
No.
in that?
I get it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
really?
Yes. I
psionics
think so.
don't seem to
1,
be
2,
effective.
3, 4,
Oh.
5. Yes, you can be in that as well.
Thank
1, 2,
you.
3, 4, 5,
Zing!
6. Yes, perfect. So the only people
Zing.
who aren't getting it are Emily and me.
Okay.
Garabrail.
And Garrett Barrel, obviously, but he just
Sweet.
has...
No one wants to
or
help him.
A bonus? No, that was a bonus action.
Cantrip.
That's what I'm looking at. What I might do is because who's more of a threat? The
Shadows.
I am going to
Shadows.
argue everything.
Shadows.
I am going to target this shadow because it's the one who's more likely to hit Badger. I'm
Yep.
going to hit it with a vicious mockery.
Ah.
Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Okay, so you viciously mock the shadow.
Takes 5 psychic damage.
5 damage.
What do you say to it?
I don't know. She's just screaming at the moment.
I'm going to say, I didn't hear it through the microphone, but I could hear it from the other room.
I guess she sort of points the moon sword at it,
Yeah.
and that's like,
That is pretty
Take-
mocking for a
Yeah.
shadow.
take some moonlight, bitch.
Yeah. Love it.
So he has disadvantage on his next attack against you.
Okay, perfect.
Indeed.
Anything else, Katya?
No, I think that's everything, unfortunately.
Okay, giant wall.
Well,
Yeah. So I had a big plan and it's now gone. So now I have to just go with it, and that's just how it's going to be. Okay, and it's just not as good. And I don't know if it's a possible one in the first place. Anyway, can I swoop down, get this war wizard, and like talon him right in the head with my giant talons, and then drag him through this? Well, drag him across this bookfire towards. I don't think I can actually get all the way there. And up again towards this thing, and then drop him in front of them as like a warning.
So you want to grapple the wizard, fly him up, and then
Drop him from a high height.
okay.
Because that's fun. Everyone enjoys a flight.
Okay, so you're gonna. Okay, so we'll have to be specific about this. So you're gonna go 1, 2. So that's 10 feet. You're gonna go 10 of your base 60. And then I'm gonna need
a Gruppel.
a Gruppel
The
check.
Gruppel.
Looking at your stats, you're gonna want. Well, you have to take strength, athletics. Okay, he's just gonna try and fight you off.
Yeah, contested roll. Love it.
Okay, Slate, giant owl, roll. Okay.
Um,
Go
13.
queen.
Okay.
Yes!
So you, yeah, you see this war wizard go, wait, what? And you grab him with your talons around the head.
Not like this. Not like this.
And up 40 feet. Straight up to
So,
the ceiling.
right, so you've got 50 feet of fly left. It's half movement when you're carrying something, so you can move 5 squares. You can then dash an extra 60 feet, which will be an extra 6 squares at half movement, because dropping him is a free action.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, I can see there's another war wizard over here.
Okay.
Drop it
So I
on
may as well
him.
get the. Yeah, I'm going to drop it on the war wizard because that's. Why wouldn't
Right.
you do that? I wanted
Okay.
to drop him over here, but to be honest, it's not going to get that far. So
Okay, so
Drop him
you're
on
going to
the war
go
wizard.
1, 2, 3. Okay. So that is.
How high
So
is
you've got an extra 7, so you can take him 35 feet up, and you're
Do it.
already 10 feet up, so that will take you to 45. He goes up
No.
to 40. He goes up to like 40 feet because he's under you, and then when you let him go, he he plummets 40 foot. He takes 21 damage.
Oh,
awesome.
significant.
She will. Wait, what? Take a dex save. She will fail. She will take half the damage,
Yes.
and she takes 10. Oh! And they're both
Amazing.
knocked prone.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Highly effective versus war wizards. It's good to know.
Love it.
And in actual
Specifically
fact,
works on war
it's a
wizards.
very good
I
point.
feel like you just caused confusion on them.
Okay, that one's still got a sword. And she still has a sword. Okay, they're both part of their concentrations. But yes, as you, like you're right up
like-
in the ceiling.
Wing shrug as well, like whoops.
Oops. Anything else, Slate Giant Owl?
Well, there's not much I can really do apart from just threateningly hoot at them like this.
Okay.
Hoot.
Okay. Aiden. So Badger, you can just about make out Aiden in the darkness.
Yeah.
He looks around, he notices what's about to happen, and he screams, "Bring me the Warforged now!" And sweeps with a big sweep of his hand, the fearful shadowy creature, the childlike shadow creature with the long neck, disappears into smoke. And he looks into, you see him looking past the tentacle, past you, past all the shadows, and he appears to have his eyes fixed on one person in particular. Balthazar, can you please make a wisdom save, please?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You're pretty
I can-
wise, aren't you?
I am pretty wise. Do I get
Being a
any?
metal cleric.
Do I get
You
any?
will get +3 to the save, thanks to Hiram. You roll
Hey.
24.
Hey!
You did none? I
Okay. So, yeah, you see, well, Badger, you see Aiden reaching out with a hand, and he's like gritting his teeth.
Your mind tricks don't work on me.
Balthazar, you feel like wooziness, like it feels as someone's prying into your head. You manage to shake it off and keep the Aegis going. Aiden roars in anger and then
Balthazar will go.
kind of slinks off into the darkness.
I know all about you always tricks.
The next war wizard, she steps into the light and seeing a pest in her way, she will dump 6
Holy shit.
magic missiles. 20 force damage into Katya.
Oh,
Wow. Rude. Rude.
very rude.
So rude.
She then looks down to the tall gangly creature on the floor and says, "Get up!" And the creature rises to its feet and looks to the war wizard like a servant to a master, and then lumbers with its remaining half speed. Oh, they've hover. Okay, cool. Floats in and 10 against you, Katya,
That is a miss.
and 13.
Is a hit, but I believe I will use my cutting words.
You get a bonus to. Oh no, sorry, that's from outside the sphere.
Yeah,
Ignore me.
which don't need to roll because it automatically, even with a 1, brings
Right.
it up.
No worries. And then last but not least, a shadow floats into the Aegis. Like it goes up against the side of the Aegis, slows for a second, and then pushes through like the girl from the Ring. And then
Dan,
looks. Hello.
Daniel,
Yes.
don't you dare.
Yes.
Dan.
It reaches a hand out
Kill Emily. Go for it.
and goes for Balthazar.
Ha!
The rolls a 1.
Hey,
Okay.
Get out of here. Scram.
Top of round. With a sense of desperation, another shadow floats in. 19 against Hiram.
That's a miss, I believe. No, because it's within the thing.
It's 18.
18. So.
Okay. You take 4 necrotic damage,
Oh, okay.
and your strength is reduced by
None.
3.
Oh,
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, -1 damage and -1 to attack rolls.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
That's all
That
good.
is-
And it's permanent, right?
Until long rest, I believe. Right, Badger.
Right. It's all getting a bit hairy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All getting a bit hairy.
My plan was to jump, sort of disengage and get up to here to kind of close ranks around Garabrail, but feels as if there's quite a lot going on, doesn't it? I'll just sort of go ahead and do what I was planning to do, so I'm going to bonus action disengage with my Step of the Wind ability. So, no getting me, naughty shadows, as I run away. Can I get up here?
I think you can duck and weave.
I can duck and weave. I've got 40 foot of movement, so I suspect even with ducking and weaving, that will probably be okay. That was my bonus action and my movement. So as I move, can I take some pops at the shadows I'm running past?
You can.
Okay. Sounds good. So I'm going to get to here, and I'm just going to kind of go pat, pat either side with my 2 attacks. as I run fast. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be fiery fists because I very much doubt they're going to care much about a quarterstaff. First one on the left. 16 to hit.
On this one, that's a hit.
That is 11 fiery damage. And then the one
Okay.
on... Yeah?
So, Badger, as you run in and your hand ignites, you swing. The creature takes a blow.
Okay.
But it's still there.
It's still there. That's fine. And I'm going to do it to the one on the right as well. That's a 21 to hit. It is
That's
10
it.
fiery damage. And then, because I've disengaged, I go straight past and I'm going to land on the other side of Garabrail in a combat
Okay.
stance.
In which case,
There's disadvantage, remember.
that one's got disadvantage. Okay, it will reach out for the only one who hasn't been attacked. Emily, 12 to hit.
Misses.
Okay,
It's
draw.
Draw steps into the shield, looks at the despairing shadow, attempts to bite. 22.
That is a hit.
He does 9 damage.
Mhm.
Once more, give me a strength check.
Bam.
He
That's a pass.
passes. However, he still takes 18 force damage from the Stag's Dead collar.
Oh lordy. Okay, so minus 18. And 5 feet away. So as Draw runs in and boom, headbutts the despairing shadow, it ricochets and kind of slides along the wall out of the shield.
And Draw steps into the space with now the shimmering force field before him. And
Sounds good.
falls onto his, gets his shoulders right up and just gives it this low growl.
Good boy.
Zumbo Wumbo.
So Zumbo's going to watch Slate the giant owl pick up the war wizard in front of him and carry him off. He's going to pluck Betty off his hat and go, "Why the hell can't you do that?" And he's basically just going to lob Betty over Hiram's head, attempting to land here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And as she soars through the air, she's going to grow drastically in size
What?
Uh-huh.
What?
to become a giant octopus.
Wow! Oh, wow.
Bang!
God.
So as Betty lands, it looks like a perspective thing, but and it's this large orange mass, which lands slightly on the tentacle. And Betty, Betty's flat for a moment, and then pulls herself up to an upsettingly tall height, and then lifts 2 aggressive hugging tentacles up in the air.
Yeah, she's just going to start wailing on these shadows in front of her.
Okay.
That's a... Okay, 24 to hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
Okay. So that is 13 bludgeoning damage to this one.
So the one on the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it-
She slams her tentacle down, lifts it up, and the shadow is somehow stuck to the suckers. And you watch as she tips up, and the circular mouth eats the shadow.
Nice.
Zumbo is watching this with an expression of absolute horror. It's like, I'm sorry I asked. Go back to being small. I liked you when you were small. And his watery tentacle, because there weren't enough tentacles in this scenario, is going to move to wherever it can fit, and is going to lash out at one of the other shadows.
Okay.
Oh, not that one.
I feel like Zumbo's gonna have quite an awareness of Betty moving forward, where it's
17 to hit on that one.
That is a hit.
Okay, great.
The left or the right one? Sorry.
Let's go for the right one. He's more worried about Emily than Balthasar.
Okay.
So 4 cold damage.
Okay. As this what was an imposing looking tentacle, but in comparison to Betty now looks positively lackluster, just kind of slaps against the one of the other shadows. Anything else, Zumbo?
No, he's just going to stand there gawping at Betty.
Okay. From the shadows, a war wizard steps, and he will look around in a panic, realizing what's about to happen.
He will cast run away.
Now,
He rolls
Dan, is this going at Garabrail?
44 at Garabrail.
Can I make an argument for something, please? Badger has an ability called Impenetrable Tortoise Shell. Now, it's designed like deflect missiles, but for someone close to her. Can Badger, as a reaction, pull up sort of the stones from the ground to create a shield to block the magic missile, please?
It's pretty damn good.
Totally up to you. Do you think that's a fair use of it?
It's a good argument.
Badger,
Yeah.
as you see the missiles fly towards you, you slam your foot on the ground and the stone tiles under your feet fly up and form a wall which the magic missiles and 13 damage from the magic missiles to any damage not prevented by this ability. You rolled 19. The tiles shatter and shower you with bits of old stone, but the missiles are gone.
Okay.
Hey, sweet. That was really cool.
That was pretty inspiring.
Thank you, dear.
Nice moves.
Inspiration.
I will
Yeah.
I will use up your inspiration for that.
Thanks.
Oh, I say we should
Fair
give
enough.
inspiration for
No,
that.
that's fair, that's fair.
Yeah, it's fine.
The war wizard, what is this sorcery? He shouts out, and then there's the angry shadow turns, runs at Betty. 11 to hit,
11 hits.
13 damage.
Okay.
Do we know how much health Giant Octopus has?
52, apparently.
Oof.
52.
Jeez.
Right. Well, in which case, this thing with two mouths just starts latching onto Betty, and you see her like waggling her tentacles around as this thing's latched onto her. I don't know what noise an octopus makes. I imagine it makes one a bit like that. Sorry, Balthazar, what do you do?
Balthazar, still with his arms upraised, will look down at the shade and go, "Sorry, a bit busy right now. I'll get to you in a bit." And he's still concentrating on the Aegis.
Okay.
That is my turn.
A shadow down below floats, like flies over Betty, swoops down on you, Hiram, and 22 to
Fuck
hit.
that.
Oh.
No.
This is going to be a big problem, guys. In very, very, very soon.
Oh.
You take 7 necrotic damage.
Soon I'm not going to be able to hit anything.
Oh no.
Frick!
And your strength is reduced
Motherfucker!
by further 3.
Oh,
Okay, so
no.
I am on 12 strength. I am not going to be able to. I'm not going to be useful for anyone soon.
You're also disadvantaged now because your armor is too heavy.
That is fucking amazing. Thank you,
Oh
Dad.
my god.
No way.
Oof.
Alright, you're still alive, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
And
We're gonna get out of here
as-
any minute.
As that
Better.
happens, the runes around Garabrail ignite and illuminate, and he shouts, "Get in the shield!" He shouts, and he holds
Betty!
the cast.
Late!
He holds the casting of the teleportation. The war wizard shouts, "They're getting away!" And she pushes the other war wizard off, and they, she frantically tries to get up, and one. Oh, she's stuck on the wall. 1, 2, 3. And you see her sort of like lunging out for you. The next war wizard, her thing's dead. He slowly gets himself up and underneath Slate. You see him 1, 2, 3. He kind of tries to go around the other side. Emily, what's Emily do?
Actually, I think Emily would probably attack the war wizard who just cast magic missile at Gabriel. It does 24 hit.
Yes, it does.
Good. That's 8 piercing damage, and I'm also going to mark him with help.
8 damage. Okay. So as the crossbow bolt thuds into the war wizard, He grits his teeth but manages to maintain concentration. Hiram?
Well, I mean, Hiram is good for one thing. Let's see if I can do it with disadvantage. So he's gonna take 2 swings at the shadow in front of him. So that's 9, doesn't hit. And a natural 1! So Hiram is not gonna do anything this turn.
Oh no.
Your strength, like weathering the attacks from the shadows. Katya?
Katya will look at the shadow in front of Hiram. And using a 4th level, she will send out a Dissonant Whispers. So it needs to pass DC.
Oh.
Okay, the shadows appear to be emboldened.
It takes half of 16.
Okay. Yeah, the shadows appear to be getting kind of larger and clearer.
I'm going to chuck a Bardic Inspiration on Hiram.
Nice.
Okay.
It's gonna help a lot, but thank you.
Slate, what do you do?
So can I just check? If I used a staff magic, would that still have the same kind of Sloan effect?
You're not entirely sure. You haven't had a chance to try it. What I will say though is that with your owly senses, you notice that higher, because you're 45, you're basically at the ceiling, right? On the top shelf of this bookcase here, there's something shiny.
Yes, I want it. Gimme.
Okay.
I think you should leave it out. I'm just saying,
gimme, gimme.
Grab it and flash the shield!
It's gonna be something really bad. It's a structural part of the temple, it's gonna make it all fall down.
If I can grab it and push over the book fire into the shadows, then I'm not gonna complain, as long as it doesn't damage anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking out loud.
Right. So what's the plan?
Grab the shiny thing, possibly push over the book stack into the shadows.
Okay. So, as Slate, as a giant owl, as you kind of twist and weave between the tall bookshelves, you swoop in with a giant talon, grab the shiny. It appears, grab the shiny. You can't see what it is because you're moving quickly. As you fly in with a wing, you sweep out the burning embers and burning books from the shelf, which kind of land on the shadows in a line in front of Hiram, Balthazar, and Emily. And as you swoop in, you see Garabrael watching you as you enter into the Aegis. And he does a quick look around, like quickly scopes around. And you watch as the runes kind of explode out around him, and a circle rips out from him and begins growing to form a 10-foot circle. As the teleportation circle envelops you all, you see Betty reach a tentacle out, and just the tip of her tentacle gets into the teleportation circle. And as you feel this kind of sucking, whooshing feeling in your stomachs, as Betty kind of moves out the way, stepping into the light, you see the face of Aidan as he looks into the group, specifically at you, Balthazar, and you see him mouth the words, "I'll be seeing you soon." And your worlds go white. Woo. And with that, we will take a 10-minute break.
Yay!
Very good, team.
Hey, team.
Nice
See you in
surviving.
10.
See you
Oi.
in 10.
Ace.
See you in a bit.
Hi, it's Julia. Hey, now you're here, why not subscribe? It's really easy and it'll make your life better.
100% satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction not guaranteed.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
It seems that perhaps unlike the Warhounds, you made it all back in one piece. I hope you all
Don't rub
enjoyed
it in.
your 10 minutes. Right, shall we let's step back into it, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So
we all entered into a healing light.
Into a
I get
spa.
all of my strength back.
Strengthening light.
you're as you look out into the darkened vaults, through the shimmering dome emanating from Balthazar, you feel the grip. You feel as if something's gripping your stomach and then kind of pulling you backwards, and you find yourselves wrenched through reality by Garabrael's teleportation. Your world suddenly becomes quickly accelerates to a bright electric blue through to a blinding white. And even though you can't really make anything out, you can feel as if you're moving at an extremely fast pace. And before you have a moment to kind of take stock of everything that's happening, there is another loud crack, and the white light fades, and whereas the sounds of whooshing is replaced with the sounds of people talking, laughing, and being merry.
Whew.
And you find yourselves stood, like sprawled on the floor, in front of the bar of the World Serpent Inn. And stunned and shaken, some of you somewhat worse for wear, as you kind of look at each other in a bit of a daze, a head peers over the bar, and you see the crazy haired, you see a friendly bearded face with a pair of tiny rose quartz glasses, like spectacles, perched on his large nose, and this wild white hair rising out of Mitrofa's head, the sides and tops of Mitrofa's head, as he looks down on you and says, "I was right down there."
Yeah.
Mitrofa, could I trouble you for a drink, please?
Well, of course, he says, and he kind of reaches under the bar and pulls out a tray, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drinks, and a dog bowl, already poured, and just kind of slides them across to you. And normally I don't particularly appreciate people not using the front door.
Choice.
So go.
It wasn't by choice.
And as you kind of pick yourselves up, and kind of check to make sure that you've got all your respective body parts. Actually, that's the point. Slate is not Slate. Slate is a giant owl. It says owl sprawled out on the floor of the tavern.
Is there also a giant octopus?
There is a tentacle.
Oh.
What?
Just the tip of a tentacle.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I thought it was going to get me.
Zumbo, as you say that, the tentacle starts twitching.
Zumbo will just go and like stamp on it a few times with his peg leg.
As it starts crawling towards you, and then you start stamping on it with your peg leg, you're hitting the rubbery hide and just kind of sliding off a bit, and then in horror, this tentacle goes up your leg, like your trouser leg, and as you and you feel it going up the side of your shirt, and it comes out of your collar, and then a normal-sized Betty emerges from your ruffles.
Nah. It's like
Into a mug.
Okay.
Bloop.
Badger's delighted to see Betty. You made it back!
It seems like you all arrived in one piece. Garabale kind of is breathing heavily as he slowly scans you all.
I in that time, I will then kind of transform back and be like, we definitely had it, we could have done that one without, running away like cowards, but it's okay. I guess it's kind of helpful.
At this point, Hiram is going to fall backwards because he can't carry his armor anymore.
Hiram, mate, what? And Katya goes over to, like, are you okay?
Oh
Hiram's
yeah,
just relaxing.
great. This is fine.
Can I deactivate Aegis, please?
You deactivate Aegis, and as it disables, Balthazar, as you look around, you notice that kind of just a little way away from the group, there's like near the bar, basically, it appears to be someone who's just kind of swaying slightly in this kind of long brown hooded cloak, and the figure stops and turns to look at you, and you recognize him as one of the war wizards from the vault. And he looks around for a moment, slightly confused, then locks eyes on you, Balthazar, and says, "You're coming with me!" And the blade of shadow appears in his hand, and as he steps forward and lunges at you, there is a noise, and the man is gone.
Nice.
Oh no.
Just vanishes. Leave it vanishes, and there's a thud as a hefty tome, a book,
Nice.
lands on the floor. And as you kind of take stock of what's happening, Mitrofa pulls his finger back in, lowers his hand, and there'll be no unwarranted violence in my establishment, thank you very much. And as you look at the sizzling spot where the war wizard was, all you can smell is ozone.
What did you do, Mitrofa?
And he looks to you and, oh, don't worry, they'll find him eventually.
We could have done with you 10 minutes ago, mate.
He
Was this like a Viva Forever moment? Sorry.
maybe?
Just like stuck forever into this tiny toy thing.
Oh no.
For like as you look at each other, Garabale is looking at the spot where this war wizard was, and his mouth is hanging open, and he's hot. There's this look of horror on Garabale's face, and he looks up to Mitrofa and says, "What did you? You just 66'd him." And Mitrofa says, "Well, I can't have any unsavory business happening on these premises. Anyway, here are your drinks. Please grab a seat. I'll have one of the gnomes polish up one of the tables for you. You sit down and take a rest. He might need some help," he says, pointing at Hiram. "Poor boy looks like he can't hold himself up. I'll have the gnomes bring over some food as well. It looks like you've had somewhat of adventure. I'll call over that dragonborn friend of yours as well. A lovely chap, very talkative."
I'll go and pick up Hiram. Hey, Hiram.
Before doing anything, I'd want to look at what was in my once talons.
Okay. In your hands, no, sorry, wrapped around your foot is what appears to be a circlet.
That's what we are looking for.
It is a almost like a tiara of sorts, studded with a single circular black gem.
The Black Diadem.
That's what we went through all that for. Some bleeding jewelry.
How convenient.
Out of character,
Yeah.
Iolum, a Netherese wizard, invented Mithril that powered Mithranor, and he appeared to be wearing a black crown. Supplication from followers, the Black Diadem. Those are my notes.
Right.
Do what you may.
I think visibly, not having paid, probably not having paid attention to that. If that was, would Balthazar have explained that?
No, but he will now.
No, yeah.
Okay, wait. As Balthazar starts explaining, Ameline will very and start to put on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You putting it on?
Oh no!
Well,
No.
We've not learned our lesson about putting on.
No.
Everybody reaches out and goes, no.
Even here I'm from the floor, like, no.
but
Then
it
Mate
looks
handed away.
really interesting.
Remember the side thing that you made me touch and then I almost murdered you.
Oh.
Okay, remember
yes.
harder.
Oh.
Put it.
So if we put the scythe into the circlet, we cut.
No.
Maybe that will help it to be less.
Just don't put it on.
Put it on the table, and we'll decide what to do with it in a moment. But just away from our heads, away from our faces, our craniums, our brains, anything that could be just rested on the table, Emily.
That's right.
Fine.
We
And then I'll
identi-
slam.
We identify it and then you can wear it.
That's a good idea. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna make the argument that maybe we could just buy you a different diadem. One that's
but
not
this one I
potentially cursed.
found. This one. This one's fun.
Well, you
You
can.
know-
I maybe buy you one, and you can pretend that you found it through friendship.
So, as the argue over the diadem,
Emily's
with-
going. No, the world is mine.
time to rise.
Instead of a dark lord, you would have a queen.
Come on, inspiration, please.
Yes, inspiration for Emily. That's
Yay.
No.
right. For placing the diadem upon her head. Right. So, yes, you're brought to a table. There's a table with exactly 8 seats around it, and a space for a drool.
This never happens.
And-
Great.
Yeah, as the gnomes bring the tray of drinks over, and each of you is served the drink that you the one drink that you're really gagging for at this exact moment in time is what you find in your flagon or your goblets or whatnot.
Here.
A hearty meal follows suit, and as the food arrives. He's dead. Right, as the food arrives, a shadow kind of looms over the food, and Varaxis arrives at the table.
I must confess I was not expecting you back quite so soon. I was under the impression that Walloon was quite some distance from Arabelle. I thought it would take you days to walk back.
I must confess that I did not expect us to be ripped through the fabric of reality back here so quickly.
Varaxis frowns, and then his eyes eventually fall on Garabrail. And the Dragonborn kind of tilts his head slightly and...
I apologize, Master Emelina. I did not appreciate that you had such powerful teleportation magics.
And the Sun Elf, who's just kind of rubbing his temple, looks up and...
It's kind of my thing.
And Varaxis says,
Well, by my reckoning, I mean, there's no sun in here, so it's a bit difficult to tell, but it feels like you've only been gone a few hours.
I mean, that's...
Did you achieve what you set out to achieve?
Well, kind of.
What do you mean kind of?
So we did manage to find what we were looking for in terms of material. At this point, Hiram is trying to gesture with his hand and realizes he still can't move the armor. So he just nodding along with his head towards the diadem. So we found what we were looking for. We also found a very, very active cult that basically kicked our ass.
Oh, were they actually a cult? I thought they were doing a bad prank on us.
You found her.
A cult of Shah.
What?
A cult of Shah.
But you were there to find mind flayers.
That
Yes,
we did not find. That we did not find, I have to admit. We found some shadows.
Zero
Not many-
brilliance. Lots of Shah.
The Dragonborn looks a bit confused. His eyes rest on you, Balthazar, because you appear to have a new book.
Do I have a new book?
Yeah. Well, the tome that you picked up in the library.
Bahamut and
also,
me?
say again.
Bahamut and me?
No, the tome with because you found the tome that spoke about the diadem.
Okay. Sorry.
And whilst that happens, you hear, "Excuse me," and a book, another hefty tome, is slid onto the table by a gnome. The gentleman you were with dropped this. I suspect that you might be able to give it back to him, says the little gnome. And then the gnome kind of potters off and gets back to duties.
Is it the wizard that got blown up?
The wizard that seems to have been emergency teleported.
I see.
Yeah. Well, that's what it looked like. He just ceased to exist. So.
Balthazar will start looking at them, I guess.
Okay. Which book first? The one you took from the vault or the arcane tome?
No, the one I took from the vaults, because it talked about the diadem and that old wizard.
Okay,
named
so
Yolorm, the Netherese wizard.
Yes, so Balthazar, as you kind of open the book and go back to the page that you were looking at before, everything kind of kicks off. Katya, so who's helping to hold up Hiram as he leans back so Katya can pour drink from his mouth?
What's happening is here. Actually, what's going to happen is Hiram realizes that he can't really move his arms, and he leans down, bites at the mouth of the goblet, and tries to just lift it up just with his mouth, holding on with his teeth.
How does he now?
If Badger will hold him up, Zimbo will spoon food into his mouth.
Hiram, if I can have a dexterity saving throw, please.
No.
You still have 12 strength. You don't have
Come on.
6.
It's all right. I can roll it for you. You have disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor.
So mean.
Okay.
Wait,
You managed to get the vast majority of your drink in your mouth.
No, I'm not getting a +3 for this because no one's attacking me. Quick, someone try to punch me.
Okay. You managed to drink the vast majority of your drink, and relatively little goes into your fur collar. Okay, so
I think as well. Also, if Hiram is struggling to stand up, like Slate will be trying to put like some sort of like sticks or something wherever they can find on the floor.
So should Emily
to just kind of prop
her squirely duty to help you out your armor at this point?
I mean, it
you
would be
can
nice.
see Emily from the other side of the table with her little glass of whatever it is. It's not juice, probably just.
That better be non-alcoholic.
It's just brandy.
What if it isn't? Are you gonna come over here and take it off me?
Got you there,
Hiram, we'll remember this.
Oh, dear.
Okay. So, Badger, you're sat next to Balthazar as he is going through this tome. Balthazar, you find the page that you were looking at, and yes, it speaks of Iolum. And now you get a chance. Now you get a bit more time. you learn that he was one of the first sorcerer kings of ancient Netheril, who seems to unusually demand the loyalty of the Netherese population. Again, he is depicted with this elaborate black crown upon his head, like it is a diadem, like an ornate diadem. But as you're looking at the pictures, which, whilst stylized, bear some common attributes across the depictions, you realize that it does not look like the diadem you have on the table in front of you.
Might not be the same one.
Does that mean I can wear it then?
Maybe.
Hang on, we don't have to go back there, do we? Obviously, I'm up for a fight, but Iram looks a bit tired.
I mean, they are Sharons.
The Viraxis, he's taken a seat. He looks somewhat dejected, and he says,
I don't understand. You say that this ally of yours, Renna, she had visions of Walloon, but you say there were no mind flayer. They are discreet creatures. Perhaps you didn't look close.
Again,
I mean, they could
Zero?
have-
Sorry, after you, Tilda.
No, you go ahead.
No, after you.
So that there might have been mind flayers. We didn't get that far. We only been there for a couple of hours, as you pointed out.
Garabrail slowly shakes his head.
There were no mind flayers there. The people were impoverished and destitute enough that it would have been the perfect hunting ground for illithids. But no one we spoke to spoke of missing persons or... I mean, none of them mentioned creatures that stalked the streets, even when we faced off against beasts of shadow. I'm sorry, Viraxis, but there were no mind flayers in Walloon.
And the Dragonborn kind of his shoulders sink slightly.
Then we are no further in our quest than when we began,
He says.
Well, that's not 100% true.
Got a book.
Also, now you know this is not the place. You can cross it off.
Now you only have the rest of Cormyr and anywhere else to look as well. It's a good start.
I think while
The Dragonborn sighs. Yeah, sorry, go on, Carl.
well, so while everyone's talking, I imagine Catch is going to just sort of like idly run her fingers across the diadem, thinking.
Okay. Viraxis looks to you and
I suppose that in a way, no news is good news. I will speak with the Bit Fiend and have your payment arranged as promised.
and he kind of gets up, frowns, and
Why has he got a Bit Fiend here?
he says as he turns and kind of wanders off into the tavern. And Garabrail looks to you all, and he picks up his drink. He necks it in one. Looks to you all, and
It was certainly an experience to journey with you, even for a short time. You have my thanks.
he says.
Same goes for you. Thank you for saving us.
He nods and
God, that's weird to say.
I can't help but share the Dragonborn's disappointment. There was a part of me that was hoping that Walloon would be teeming with the squiddy bastards, but our adventure continues on, it seems. Unless there's anything else, I will retire to my quarters.
I guess not.
He
don't
looks
wanna-
to you all in turn in case you want to speak to him.
You don't want to go back and kick some Sharons? Refreshen up, go back there, and show them what?
For better or worse, Master Balthazar, the Sharons are a Cormyrian problem, not mine.
Oh,
Yeah, which actually does make me think. Could we make it all of Cormyr's problem?
How do you mean?
I mean, obviously I don't want them to go back to how they were before, when the whole city was in lockdown, but I'm just saying this is definitely a bigger problem than what one mercenary group can handle. And we do have a king who had a huge problem with them.
Gabriel ponders for a moment and...
Or you can just tell the war wizards that they've got 5 bad apples in Walloon.
And he shrugs and
War wizards. Who'd have them?
and with that, he nods to you all and leaves.
As he heads off. Oh, go
It's
ahead.
okay, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say.
Oh no.
As he heads off, Amelie just goes, "Who was that?"
Oh my god.
Wow. No, Badger's
Loud enough that you can hear.
Badger's gonna slip off and sort of pad after him and catch him and say, Gabriel, do you have a moment before you go?
Yes.
It's just... I've been thinking about what you said earlier, about what not deserving to be the coronal guard anymore. Back in
He doesn't say anything, he's just looking at you.
Back in the Sharon Temple, when you opened that portal, you reminded me of him. The imposter, Gabriel. He
squints.
He was a thorn in our side for weeks, always faster than us, always one step ahead. The fact is, he was running around Cormyr for years, potentially, and he evaded detection by everyone. He was strong enough to take on a whole band of adventurers without breaking a sweat, and the moment he lost the tactical advantage, he was gone. And in that throne room, when we were trying to protect Queen Raedra, the only person who could go toe-to-toe with him was you. So you mustn't be so hard on yourself, Gabriel. If the only person who can get the drop on you is your clone, you probably are the best person to protect the coronal.
Aww.
He goes to open his mouth, and you kind of see the look in his eyes. He's going to say something like dour or snarky, and the words just don't seem to come out of him. And he closes his mouth, takes a breath, and
I appreciate your words.
and he looks around and
maybe you lot are actually good enough to save this damn country.
and without giving you a chance to respond, he carries on walking to his quarters.
not bad.
I think that went well. And she goes back to the table.
Okay.
Can I have a look at the arcane bookie?
Yes. So, in the arcane book, in the tome, it will take you a little while to decipher it.
Sure.
It'll take you a bit of time to decipher it. Everyone else will have some time to kick about. So, is there any kind of initial downtime-ness that you want to do while Balthazar starts picking apart this spell book?
Yeah, Katja sort of again touching the diadem, and she's... So, Rena's vision was of Wayloon and the opening of Wayloon. She obviously wanted us to find something there, and if it's not this, then I don't know what. I have a bit of a stupid suggestion, if you're willing to hear it.
Always.
That kind of day.
Not really.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ameline. I don't want you to wear it. I'd like
Is
to try
Drew
it
going
on.
to wear it?
Y- No.
Ah.
I mean, maybe. She looks at Drool for a second, who's looked where Garabrail's gone, like...
Drool is like on his arse, a leg up, proper like scratching at his ears flapping about, and like his tongue's lolling. He's having a proper good scritch.
I think in the interest of everyone, it may be better if I try it on. I think Drool, as up to the task as he is, but if it's at all linked to Rena, I'm wondering if maybe it might show me something.
I am with Badger's previous suggestion of why don't we investigate it first.
I mean, there was once a guy in the troupe who used to investigate things by licking them. He
Okay.
did die of poisoning.
Okay, so Kat, just to be very clear, I'm not saying lick it, smell it, whatever. Properly investigate it with your, and he's trying to gesture at all of you, all of your arcane knowledge that you have.
Wait, are you still in your armor? All of your knowledge.
Yes. Yeah, actually, Emily, can you get me out of the armor, please?
She rolls her eyes, tuts, and then as she walks up to you, she says it quietly under her voice, but not quietly enough that you don't hear her say, "What did your last squire die of?"
I mean, the reason I'm suggesting it myself, if it again is linked to the visions, whatever powers I'm awakening might work with it, or I might be better suited to it.
Yeah, maybe, but that doesn't mean you can't take some precautions.
True. It
No, you
could
can
have.
just get it identified. Any wizard can do it.
Absolutely. This
There
is
was
why I
someone-
need those goggles of identification.
I would also suggest that we may not want to take this to wizards, because if this is something...
Oh my god. Guys, Magnus, can we check if he's alive?
We don't know where he is in the first place. He's probably not with Rager, and wherever Rager has gone.
Can someone send him a message?
Maybe
Does he want us to find him, do you reckon?
Well, he has no choice.
Lie to his parents that he was dead.
Yeah.
He
That
was
doesn't
looking
scream
out
like
for
a man
them,
who
though.
wants to be found.
I probably could send a message if we wanted to.
If you could, that would be amazing.
I think I remember the spell.
What's Zumbo's take on everything that's happened?
Oh gosh, so much stuff.
Well, okay, let's focus in.
Be more specific.
Yeah, what's Zumbo's thoughts on Katya's plan to put this diadem on?
Okay, he's looking at this diadem because Balthazar said that it doesn't look like the one in the book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's looking at it and going, "Well, I don't know much about magic, but I'm pretty good at spotting a fake when I spent a fair bit of time around fences and stuff. Do you want me to take a look at it?"
Catch
Yeah,
him, slide
I'm
it
gonna
forward.
say
Can I argue for some sort of check to see if it's obviously a fake, or if it's been made much more recently than it should have been, or something?
You can.
I don't know anything about Shah artifacts specifically, but I'm
Make
good
it
at
sneak. Make a sneak
I
attack
mean-
against it.
There is a skill that we can use.
Ooh, then maybe because Balthazar rolled very high on history on Veilun, didn't on the Charlan thing, didn't he? Can together they figure out if it's the right age?
I roll a history.
Just-
I'm also going to chart Zombo a bardic.
Okay, so hang on. Zumbo's getting bardic. Hiram, what are you checking with Balthazar?
No. So that was Tilda asking if maybe
sorry.
because Balthazar seems to be our resident.
Arcanian.
Boss.
Nerd.
I want to say scholar, but sure.
That's what I said.
So if Balthazar
That's-
helps Zombo, just pointing out what he should look for from a historical point of view, would that help?
It could quite possibly help, yes.
Can I
So,
make
tell
a
you what.
history to assist?
So before Zumbo rolls investigation, if Balthazar makes a history
Yeah,
check,
I'm gonna
and if
guidance,
you
by
pass
the way.
it, then Zumbo will get advantage.
Plus 1d4. Normal.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Somebody will need it.
Okay, so Zumbo, you can now roll that investigation check with advantage.
Okay, so he's
D8.
gonna pull a
And a D8.
dagger out of his hat and just start like gently like tapping it along the surface of the diadem, listening for like a hollow sound.
You have
Um,
knives in your hat?
He's got knives. He's got knives everywhere.
Okay, well, tell you what, let me do a new roll. So it's at the bottom of the chat.
Okay.
Investigation.
So advantage,
There
yeah.
you
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus
And
D8.
then a D8 on top.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that with
17.
Oh,
2 10s.
The roll a D8, sorry.
Oh, I can't just use Katya's one. Okay. It's a shame.
Well, sorry, yeah. Okay. So, 18.
17.
17. Okay. So, the piece is legit, from what you can tell. It's ancient. Like, it's not ancient, sorry. It's old. It's real old. You know, at some point in the past, you may have discreetly trafficked some things that looked very similar to this.
Trafficked is such an
Yes.
ugly word.
It is indisputably Sharon.
Well, gang, it looks like it's the real deal. Don't know why it's not the one that Balthazar here's got in his book.
can I bring out the sickle and just put them next to each other?
They look very beautiful alongside one another, but nothing positive or negative happens.
No, I mean not really.
Sorry.
No, sorry, it's
Sorry,
more like metal comparison, anything like that. Is
Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. The circlet that you've got, like we'll call it a circlet, so we don't get confused. That is, it is made of a different metal. Realistically, Balthazar, with that history check of 22, you would have been able to look over that circlet and recognise that the metal it is made of is a metal that was regularly found and used in the deserts of Netheril, and circlets of this would probably have been worn by priestesses of Shah and the like.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear it if I were you. I'd get it
No.
picked up by Wizard. Sharon, usually bad.
You know, if this ain't the one we're looking for, and it ain't a good idea to wear it, you know, these things can go for a fair bit if you find the right buyer.
I'll bet you hold on to it for now.
Why don't you take it to El Hazir's? It's not far from here, right?
Oh my god. Quick question, but Julia, you are muted.
That Badger just goes, "That's a great idea, Balthazar."
Actually,
Yeah.
Balthazar, in your book that you got, does it say if there's only one diadem? Was there like, I don't know, a limited edition jewelry line? 5 diadems, all with different powers. If you put them together, you
Like Pandora bracelets.
Captain
You
Shark.
collect a set.
So,
gift
to
your
answer
loved one
for-
the diadem of Shah. It's Christmas.
So to step in and answer for Balthazar, Iolum's black diadem was unique. I mean, it literally had his name in the title. The circlet looks like something that would have been worn by, like, created and worn by a number of people. So this would have been like one of, in inverted commas, many. It's not like there was hundreds or anything, but yeah, high-ranking priestesses or arcanists or whatever would have worn circlets like these.
Yeah. El Hazir could get it. I mean, if you run, you could probably just get there pretty fast.
Well,
Whilst you're kind of discussing this, Balthazar, you've kind of had your nose in the arcane tome. Like the discussion would have gone on for a couple of hours, but Balthazar, you eventually managed to begin deciphering the script within this spellbook. As you look through it, your history with the War Wizards means that, like, the spells in there, a lot of them they seem like relatively standard affair for War Wizards, right? The sort of thing you have these kind of flitting memories. You can't remember exactly, but it feels like the spells here are right. But then, as you go further through the book, you start seeing irregularities. The script changes. You find spells such as Summon Shadow Spawn, Shadow Blade, Darkness. And it seems like at some point in this War Wizard's history, something happened. Something changed.
Okay.
And as you look through the book, and you're seeing notes, and there's like on some spells there's pages, on other pages there's kind of scribblings, and as if someone's just almost using their spell books as like a notepad, if you will. But it's talking about testings and variables and experimentations and adaptations and meta construction. And then on one of the final pages, you see in small print down in the bottom corner, implacable. And the notes belie the fact that this War Wizard was part of it.
Oh.
ooh.
Balthazar keeps that to himself. He'll mention, yeah, it just seems there's some pretty dark spells in here, but nothing too unusual.
Okay. As you continue your kind of rest and relaxation, you realize that at this present moment in time, you don't have any leads to go on. Walloon, in inverted commas, came up as a dead end, and whilst Renna had a second vision, without context, it means nothing. So at this point, until something crops up, it seems like you lot will have some downtime.
Oh.
Yay!
Me.
So with that in mind, we shall call it there.
Oh dear.
Exciting.
And congratulations, everyone,
No way.
on
Level up.
completing
Oh.
Level 10.
session 18.
You got way too excited, guys.
Yeah.
Had.
Yeah.
Cool.
Amazing.
So, yes, the Warhounds have some spare time on their hands, and there's a number of activities or activities to do, questions to answer and ponder, or some money to spend. So, yeah, beginning of next session, we'll find out what the Warhounds have been doing over this period of downtime, and we'll go from there. But yeah, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and take care.
See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.
After their daring escape from Walloon, the Warhounds settle down for a well-deserved rest as they ponder their next move. Whilst they've identified the nature of the artifact, there are many questions which have gone unanswered. Who were Aidan and his war wizards, and how did they know about Balthazar? Where is this mind-flaying menace Viraxis speaks of? Where are the Githyanki holding Renna captive? Come back next week to find out more. Thanks for watching, and another big thank you to Birdie Maps for the use of the incredible map earlier. I'm looking forward to using more of their maps in the future, and you can too if you subscribe to the Birdie Maps Patreon. The Dungeon Master tier gets you access to watermark-free maps that can be imported directly into virtual tabletops like Foundry VTT. If you like what we're doing here, please leave a comment and a like. And whilst you're at it, the second episode of Tavern Between Dimensions has now gone live. You can listen to the whole episode over on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music and other platforms, or you can watch the first segment here. And you can keep up to date with the channel by clicking the subscribe button here. Thank you for watching, and as always, may the realms endure.